Hello, LGT family and friends. My name is Rheba, and I am coming to you from my dining room, which is where I do most of my work now that I am working from home. Now, maybe some of you are like my husband, who continues to go into work each day, and for that, I am so thankful to those of you who continue to work in order to keep us fed and to keep us safe and to keep us healthy. We love and appreciate you and everything that you do, the risk that you take in order to keep the rest of us in good health. It is so appreciated. And there are probably some of you who wish that you could go into work, and that's simply not your circumstances right now, and it's causing a lot of stress. I want you to know that regardless of your circumstance, God doesn't just see you, He's with you in the midst of those circumstances. So many of us right now are needing some comfort as we try to navigate those circumstances, including trying to support our children in this learn-at-home environment. I have 2 teenagers and a 7-year-old. So parents, I feel you. I'm working from home and they're learning at home. I'm also in education, so educators, I feel you too. The scope of this is huge, and it is far-reaching, and it is beyond what any of us could have ever imagined. We're looking for comfort, and we're looking for those physical connections that we had with family and friends. The hugs that we received, the shoulders that we literally cried on, those simple touches that assured us that we were not alone and that we were heard and that we were loved. Right now, some of those connections are just not available to all of us, and we're feeling it. But again, you need to know that you're not alone. The scope of this might be big, but our God is bigger. And it might be far-reaching, but our God's arm is not too short. He cares for you. He cares for every bit of you, and He cares about every single thing that you are going through. He did not promise us lives free of challenge. Quite the contrary. He did, however, promise that He would walk with us through those difficult times, and that He would restore us, and that He would bring us joy. He is omniscient, which means that He is all-knowing. He is omnipotent, which means that He is all-powerful, and He is omnipresent, which means He is everywhere at all times. We're still using the phrase social distancing, but I want to remind you that while we are physically distancing ourselves from one another for a time, we have many ways of connecting with each other, and we can always connect with God and with His Word. He is with us, and He wants to comfort us. So I'm going to share some scriptures with you today, and I'm hoping that they will exhort you and encourage you, and that they will remind you of God's many promises to us. And I love turning to the Word when I'm struggling. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." So the promise here is that when we trust in the Lord, He will bring us peace. 4 years ago, I lost my brother, and he was only 31, and he died suddenly. It was completely unexpected, and I was devastated. And I will tell you that in the midst of my deepest pain, I trusted in the Lord, and I trusted in His promises. And not only did He give me peace and comfort, but He also brought me joy, and I truly felt that He had wrapped around me and continues to do so, and He was my strength and my shield. I particularly love how in David's letters in the Psalms, he's so candid about how much he's suffering, and yet even so, he has this unwavering trust, this faithfulness and reliance on God's Word. So I'm going to start off with the 23rd Psalm, which many of us know. "The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me." So beautiful. The second one is from Psalm 46. "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." The next one is Psalm 91. "He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge." And I love that one. The picture that it paints, almost like a mom or a dad taking that child and just tucking them under your arms so that they feel loved and safe and protected. That's how God is with us. He just tucks us in there and protects us. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. Psalm 118 says, out of my distress I called on the Lord. The Lord answered me and set me free. And Psalm 31 says, I will be glad and full of joy because you love me. You saw that I was hurting. You took note of my great pain. We sometimes think that God is not going to notice me in my circumstances. God's not going to even care about this pain. But he said, he saw us when we were hurting. He took note of our great pain. I trust in you, Lord. I say, you are my God. And soon enough, everybody, we will be saying, you have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praises and not be silent. O Lord, my God, I will give you thanks forever. So this one comes from Lamentations. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I want you to know God's word cannot and will not be staunched. It's not like when our little one falls down and gets a cut on their arm and we apply some pressure, put a bandage on it, and it stops the blood from flowing. God's word will not be staunched. We can't stop the flow. In fact, in situations like this, it'll flow and it'll overflow. When Paul was in prison, he wrote to the Philippians and said, now I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Let this be a time of revival for us. We will allow that gospel to flow and overflow. We're going to use this time of social connectedness to share God's worth, his truth, his peace, his comfort, and his joy. God bless you.